Hi, this is Brittany from the Goddess Complex LLC. Welcome to today's video. Hey, you guys, this is a warning. Before we close out 2025, please leave everything, I do mean everything, in the fire. Those of you illegally practicing certain forms of magic, as harmless as they seem in the book, be very cautious to always get approval from God, the Holy Spirit, the heavens, especially your ancestors, and of course your guardians and your angels and your guides. They're going to guide you in the right direction, not the wrong direction. Several of you have been opening doors, spiritual magical doors for ill will and very cruel, evil, wicked intentions. Just know, summoning the door or a door in a form of magic. Also, for those of you who are practicing on your psychic gifts and abilities, you can use images like this to actually see what is in the fire. Also, back to this particular warning. Opening a magical door without permission, without the ascension, growth level, practice, knowledge, wisdom, and several other different notations like permission from God and the heavens, and which include your ancestors and your angels, because you have to have certain birthright blessings already embedded in your bloodline to practice magic. Even though we can practice magic freely as divine in heaven bloodline beings, people, places, and things, so on and so forth, are normally already anointed and appointed by God, the ancestors, the heavens, and the ancients and things of that nature, especially things like being able to open a magical door. Normally, once you work with certain beings in the heaven and the universe, which include the star seeds, galactic beings, other world beings, and also putting in some work in the spirit realm. Because a door can open many things. What are you trying to open? Is the intention of why only certain divine and also heaven bloodline people, beings, and things of the universe are only allowed to practice at a higher advanced, and I do mean high advanced level. Even things as simple as a magical door. Even though we tend to see magical doors in cartoons, in animes, and other different places like the movies and TV shows, guess what? It is a very powerful thing. For example, the door or closet to Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And we're talking about the one from the 90s. Even some of the other magical movies on Disney and several other places on Nickelodeon Cartoon Network use magical doors. You can even look on Crunchyroll, Netflix, or Hulu for other additional movies, and even Disney Plus to see the original Mickey Mouse cartoon called The Magician, and see why how powerful magic really is from then to now. Also, you have several other additional things and warnings. Several people have already gone to the lake of fire for illegally using doors to bypass God's actual laws, to do whatever they want and thinking that they can get away with it. A lot of things will be revealed in the very near future on why a lot of the children are allowed to practice things and why some of the adults won't be able to practice alongside their children in the future, except for those of the divine kind. A lot of those who have gone unholy, unrighteous, unanointed, turned their backs on God, and even those who have joined cults and things of that nature, they are actually leaving now. Also, people like me who have been divine and heavenly bloodline participant in their heaven bloodline get to practice forever and eternity and forever and ever. I never have to worry about never being able to practice or anything. I get to show each generation of our family and family bloodline alongside my husband and friends and other family who actually already started practicing. So I'm very proud of those who continue to do God's work and have enjoyed connecting to the ancestral practices, the angel practices of magic, and several other different things of the universe and heaven magic that have been placed in messages from the messengers of heaven, all the way to the ancestors, all the way to the spirits and the spirit guides and our guardians. So many people are very proud of people stepping up to fulfill not just the ancestors' last workings, but our custom workings that we have been putting together the whole lifetime. And then also, there's so many new people getting ready to activate and finally turn the last keys, not to only to their bloodline, but also their twin flame soulmate union. And finally, there is, guess what? The divine purpose of why we're here. A lot of people are finding out why they're here. They're starting to get the judge. They're manifesting. They're attracting. They're magnetizing. They're doing more than going with the flow. They're actually listening to God, the Holy Spirit. They're listening to their angels and their guardians, the ancestors, the ascending masters. They're really wholeheartedly on this journey, actually making sure they're opening the right doors with God, even though God has the golden doors open for all those of the divine and heaven bloodline collective here on earth, the world, the universe, the heavens and beyond. Just know God also has a jurisdiction with Archangel Azrael, the Grim Reaper, Sand of the Melody, and several others of the heavens, like Metatron, Archangel Michael, and pretty much each tier have been paying attention and also being very watchful to our requests, not just for protection, love, and abundance and prosperity, but also to be one on one with us to help us learn all we can learn, especially when it comes to the arts of magic, custom, and traditions that they can teach us all the way in the heavens. God's proud of all of those who have chosen Him as He is in heaven and on earth. And also, several of our higher selves are in heaven. Oh, wait, I think a lot of our higher selves are in heaven while we're here on earth. And that is one of the biggest magical things to learn in 2025. But back to this warning, any additional people meant to leave in this karmic year of 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, which is a 9. 9 is the completion of this, total completion of this fiasco. There's no more karmic bloodlines. So that means the black magic also left with them in 2022 and 2023. The black magic that's done now is more on the baneful level, but things like opening a door without permission to a dimension, or using hateful magic to enchant a door when there is no backing called hell anymore, only the lake of fire. Put so many people literally through an open fire door, open red fire door, straight to the lake of fire, even though God showed me the other door that was right behind it. Went straight through. This also happened in 2022 or 2023 when certain. So be very wise when making a decision to join covens, and please be very, 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 very peculiar about certain signs and messages that you get from the divine and your heaven spiritual team in heaven and beyond. Be cautious to focus on. So be very mindful and very cautious in practicing approval with God before practicing certain forms of magic, which is why everybody normally always prays, meditates, or affirms before study and practice of the different magical spiritual arts, even the metaphysics and so forth. So I think this wraps up pretty much our warning. So many on their way to heaven, but there is still, unfortunately, several people still going to the lake of fire for practicing forms of baneful black magic, satanic, Luciferian, demonic, devil's magic, or some type of sorcery. Even though those form of magics have been obsoleted since 2022. Even though people still practice these darker magic, they are sentenced instantly, judged and sentenced instantly to the lake of fire. Sometimes, unfortunately, instant death normally happens, which is instant death. So I love you all. Heed the warning. You just know you're divine, and you know you're from a divine heaven bloodline. You can practice everything. Try practicing heaven magic. You work with Metatron and several others if you're into a lot of the quantum dimension things, and you won't go to the lake of fire.